help me bring my son home.
Tell me about Jeff before he got sick.
He was a happy-go-lucky 12-year-old boy that loved his family more than anything. He would do anything for anybody. He loved sports, hockey in particular. He wanted to join the football team next year in high school. He was just a happy, healthy 12-year-old boy.
So, take us back to that night when Jeff became ill. What happened?
The night before, he was completely fine. It was Canada Day. He was running around. He was happy. We were having fun. We went to the fireworks like every other year. No signs, no symptoms, nothing.
So, the morning after, can you take me through that?
He was sleeping in late, and I let him sleep in. It was summer break. And then around 10:30, I was like, this is weird. I tried waking him up. I couldn't wake him up. So I called 911. It took them about 10 minutes, but it felt like hours. Jeffrey was breathing really shallow, and it just got worse. By the time the paramedics were there, he was breathing really heavy. They took him to the Carleton Place Hospital, and they transferred him to CHEO from there. When we got to CHEO, they pulled me into a small room, and they told me to prepare myself that my son wouldn't make it through the night. They said they had done everything they could.
Watching your child on full life support connected to hoses and tubes, covered in needle marks and bruises must have rattled you to the core. How did you deal with not knowing what was going to happen to him from minute to minute?
There is no dealing or coping. You take it minute by minute and you pray. Watching him struggle was the worst thing that has ever happened to me.
You were with Jeff every second in the ICU. What did you say to him? Do you think he heard you?
I know he heard me. I would tell him that he was doing a super job and not to stop fighting. I held his hand and I told him, Jeffers, Mommy loves you. You are my whole world. Please don't leave me. I can't live without you.
Meningitis is a potentially life-threatening condition that can rapidly progress to permanent brain damage, neurological problems, and even death. How do you feel not knowing what the future will be for Jeffrey, knowing he might never be able to go on school trips, play hockey, or even buy a candy bar at the grocery store?
That's what I live with every day. I pray he'll be able to do those things again. I pray he'll be able to live his dreams and reach his goals.
You're a single mother. What about family support?
I've been alone. My mom, she was amazing, but I couldn't confide in her anymore. I could see her health failing, so I stopped telling her how I was doing, and I had no one else.
So what is it that you do for yourself?
I don't have time.
You're facing many financial barriers since you left your job to care for your son. Jeffrey requires around-the-clock care. The doctors are not able to predict how much he will recover or if he will ever be able to care for himself again. What is needed for your family? What do you need to be able to bring Jeffrey home again?
I need Jeffrey accepted into rehab, which I need an address that he can come home to for him to be accepted. They won't accept him if I don't have a house. That's our number one. I need a caravan to be able to take him back and forth to his medical appointments. That will be at least twice a week. He needs a lot of medical equipment, hospital beds, lifts. He needs a specially designed wheelchair. I can't, as much as I want to, I can't afford any of that for him on my own. And it makes me feel like I'm a failure not being able to support my children.
What about your other two kids? What could be done to make it easier for them now?
To have their brother home. To be able to play with him. My life would be so much better to have my son home. So I can look after him. I'll know he's safe. He cries every night when I leave him at the hospital. He has no sound. He can't make a crying sound. But his facial expressions, and he makes like a moaning sound. It kills me to leave him.
Is there anything else you want to say or any message you want to put out?
My message is each day with your children is a gift. Please help me bring my son home.